Well, you guys, today we'll take a look at how to completely remove Microsoft Edge in 2023. Now, Microsoft have made massive changes to the way you use Microsoft Edge, and they don't want you uninstalling it the way they used to be able to uninstall Microsoft Edge. Now, a lot of these methods don't work, and you're going to have to do something more extreme to remove Microsoft Edge from your computer. And I'm going to show you how to do all of that in this video. Now, there's quite a few ways of uninstalling Microsoft Edge from your computer. This is just one method, but I'll show you it anyway so you know exactly how to remove it. But remember, you'll need to download another browser before we continue. Because once Edge has been removed from the computer, you're going to have no browser on your computer to use. So you're going to want to download a browser of your choice. I'm just downloading Google Chrome here and installing that onto the system. And once that's installed on the computer, we'll be able to use this browser. But if you want to use another browser, that's entirely up to you. Now I'm going to go ahead and get this installed on the computer. Now, before we continue with this, let's have a quick word from today's video sponsor, CD Key Sales. If you're looking for a cheap Windows 10 Pro or a cheap Windows 11 Pro OEM key, then check out the links in the video description. You can use my promo code R09 and apply this to your order and get a 30% discount on all your purchases. Once you've done this, you can use PayPal to pay for your purchase. They will then send you your product key and you will then be able to activate your version of Windows and remove that annoying watermark. Okay, so let's get back to uninstalling Microsoft Edge. So the first thing you can use is Geek Uninstaller. Now, Geek Uninstaller is going to remove a lot of registry keys and a lot of other stuff from the computer, because you can't use this to completely remove it because it leaves a lot of stuff behind. But it's also useful for removing those other registry files, and it makes things a lot easier. Another thing to use is delete on reboot. This is another one you can use to remove folders and files from the system on a reboot. And this is if they are write protected or whether they are being used. And you can use this to basically remove those folders, because there will be some stuff left behind. In fact, there'll be quite a lot of stuff left behind because Microsoft have literally embedded this into the operating system quite a bit. So just using a simple method like uninstalling Edge the way I'm showing you and then just basically renaming one folder is not enough. There's tons of Edge left behind, and this is the only method you can use to actually remove it. Now, I will say that this does not go without its risks if you don't know what you're doing and you delete the wrong files, because you can end up making your system non-bootable. So you have to be super careful in what you're doing. So I'm going to unzip all of these files and put them into the folder so we can open these up and start to use them. And I'll show you how to do it right the way to the end. Make sure you watch all of the video and don't skip anything, because you're going to miss out key parts and you're going to end up breaking your system. Now, I will mention that this does not come without risk. You are removing key components from Windows and it can break your operating system. So you do this all at your own risk. Make sure you make a backup of all your data and make sure that you make a restore point as well. So now we've got Geek Uninstaller uninstalled. And what we can do here is force uninstall Microsoft Edge. As you can see here, it's going to search for some remnants that are left behind, and this is the stuff that we want to remove from the actual computer. So let's go ahead and remove this, and we're going to remove all of the Edge update as well. So let's go ahead, right click on this, and we're going to basically force remove this as well. And you'll see it's going to search for some other traces left behind, and we're going to remove those from the computer. Click close, and now we're also going to do Microsoft Edge, and we're going to do this web viewer as well and force remove this as well. Once we've done that, you should see some remnants left behind. Click finish, and it's going to remove those from the PC. Now, you may be thinking that's it and you're pretty much good to go. But Microsoft, in their infinite wisdom, have decided that they want to make it as difficult as possible to uninstall any of the products that they have given to you on their operating system. And this includes Microsoft Edge. If you go into your C drive and then go into Programs, Files, x86 here, and then Microsoft, you're going to see a lot of files in here. And again, these are all left behind. There's loads of stuff here that will be left behind, and it's still embedded in the operating system. So if you want to go to the next step, I'll show you how to do that to remove those files and folders from the computer. So first off, what we're going to do here is we're going to open up Delete on Reboot. Now, I've been using this for many, many years, and it's a really great program. It's free to use, and you can see this one's called Delete on Reboot. It used to be called Move on Reboot, but I think they've named it Delete on Reboot. And basically, all you're doing here is highlighting those folders that you want to remove or delete on a reboot, and it will basically remove them. You don't have to go into Task Manager and try to kill any sort of tasks that are running, so it makes it easier for you to delete those files. This will just remove them. So hit the plus sign on the top right and you'll see Folder Delete. Click on this one, and all you need to do here is navigate to C Drive, Program Files x86, and then Microsoft, and then click on the folder Edge, and then just go through and add the other ones in. You can only do one at a time here, so it's a bit time consuming, but just go through here and click on the correct folders again. It's in Microsoft folder. So up there, bright, there you go. It's a bit further up, there you go, blind as a bat. And then click on that one, and then we've got that one added. So all we need to do now is click on plus, folder delete, and then do the other two. So let me go ahead and do this one here. Going to go into Microsoft here. You'd think I'd already know where that is, but this is the thing with getting old. You forget where things are. There we go. Click on that one. We've done it. And now we can do plus one more, and we're going to do the fourth one here, and we should be good to go. So let me go ahead and click on C Drive, Program Files 86, and then we're going to go into Microsoft and do the temp folder, and then click OK, and that's now done. Now with that done, all we need to do here now is we just need to click on the Restart This PC. And what this is going to do is restart your PC, and it's going to remove the folders and files that we selected on Delete on Reboot. And what we'll do here is we're going to let this boot back up, and there we are, we're back at the desktop. And that's pretty much taking care of Microsoft Edge and those folders inside the programs files x86. I'll quickly show you here, and you'll see that they have been removed. But there is still quite a lot of Edge left behind, unfortunately. And this is because Microsoft have really embedded it into the operating system. You can still take more steps to remove stuff, and I'll show you that in a second if you want to go down the more riskier route, and I'll show you that after we've looked here. If we go here and go into Microsoft here, and it's up the top there, Brian, there you go, and click on that one, and you can see that's all gone, and now we've removed all of that. So now that's all gone, and some people are quite happy with calling that uninstalled, and that is pretty much removed from the PC. We'll show you something here by downloading Void Tools Everything, and once you do a search here with this program, it will show there is tons of files left behind which are related to Microsoft Edge. So we can use this search tool here to search the operating system to find some of these files. So let's go ahead and open this up here, and we can do a search for either Edge or Microsoft Edge, and they're going to show up different results. But you can see here there is tons of stuff that is related to Microsoft Edge in folders and other files that are left behind on the system. Now, some of these are in the system files, and you're not going to be able to delete these because they're write protected. They are literally access denied when you try to delete anything inside this area. And that's because the operating system is running and you're not going to be able to remove it. And this is the problem that a lot of people are going to have. So let's go ahead and do a quick search here for Microsoft Edge. And once I've done this, I'll show you how to remove a lot of this stuff. So you can see here, there is tons of folders with Microsoft Edge in them. And this is the more riskier side of things when you're trying to remove this stuff from your computer. And some people are quite happy to leave it as it is, the way I showed you to remove it and uninstall it that way. But if you want to remove all of this stuff, then I'll show you how to do it. And I'm going to right click here and show you continue and say yes here, and you'll see you need permission to perform this action. And this is because these are operating system files that are in use and they're still running. Now, there is no YouTube videos to show you how to remove or uninstall Edge in 2023 anymore. There is some ways of removing Edge, but this is the complete removal of Edge from Windows 11, and I'll show you. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a WinPE, which is a pre-installed environment which you can use. You can use any live CD or pre-installed environment ISO that you've got. and you can just boot to it. I'm booting up to one here. I'm not going to leave any of the links in the video description for this stuff, guys. It will be on my website. So my one looks like this, but yours will look whatever you want it to look like, wherever you download it from or create your own. You just need a simple basic WinPE or live disk like Linux and stuff like that and boot to it. And then once you're there, you should see something like this. Even Kaspersky Rescue Disk will be okay to actually load up. You can see this is it right here. You'll just need to create a bootable USB flash drive. I'm not going to go through and show you how to do that. I'm pretty sure you know how to do that right by now. If you don't, you can check my channel. There's tons of videos on that option there on how to do it. I'm just going to open up a browser here because I want to download that everything, that search everything. So we're going to download this software and get it installed onto our Windows PE. It's not installing on the PC. It's actually getting installed on a pre-installed environment. Now, I do want to say that if you are going to continue on and do this part, then it's on your own head, be it, because this is highly risky because you are deleting system files and it can cause a lot of problems like a non-booting PC and things like that. So do this at your own risk, guys. I don't want to hear in the comment section, you broke my computer. You did it yourself because you continued to follow on with this tutorial. You could have left it where it was, but if you want to get rid of it all, then this is how you do it. We're going to do a search for Microsoft Edge and Edge as well you can search for, but we're going to do Microsoft Edge first. And what you want to do is you want to look for the actual C drive. This is the drive of our computer. And we're looking for Microsoft Edge here. We're not looking for Teams or anything like that. We're just looking for Microsoft Edge related folders and content. Now, if you look closely here, you'll see there is tons of folders related to Microsoft Edge. And this is how much Microsoft Edge has left behind. There's tons of it. And it's all related to, Windows now. So you have to be very careful. I'm going to highlight a lot of the Microsoft Edge stuff. I'm not interested in anything else that's not Microsoft Edge. So take your time and go through it and remove it if you want to go this far at removing stuff. Now, remember, this is in the Windows WinSXS folders and programs, Win apps, and a bunch of other areas like System 32 and things like that. So you have to be super careful. And I'm going to highlight this stuff and delete it. Now, you can take more time if you want to and remove it, or you can leave it. Now, you can see the stuff at the top now has gone straight to the recycle bin on our WinPE, but don't worry about that. I'll empty that out in a second. But there is a ton of stuff right here, and I'm going to highlight all of this and remove it. There is loads of stuff that I want to get rid of here. So let's go ahead and do this. Now, don't ask me what sort of effect this is going to have on the system. I'm just showing you basically how to remove it, and it will be completely removed. And also, you can install it again, as I'll show you a little bit later on in the video. So I'm making sure that these are related to Edge, and I'm removing them from the computer. Now, again, I don't know what sort of effect this will have on the system if you left them there. I'm pretty sure that there's some way that these will get reinstalled somehow with these files being installed here. Now, you'll see some that are in the recycle bin, and these are the ones that we've already removed. So I'm not going to delete those, and I'm just deleting the stuff that is related to Edge or Microsoft Edge. And I'm making sure that they're not key files that we're trying to remove here, because I don't want it breaking the operating system, because it can break the operating system if you delete key Windows files. So you don't want to be doing any of that stuff. Now, I've noticed also there's not many videos, well, there is no videos on YouTube that are showing you how to remove Edge in 2023, or at least from this date forward, because there is no way of doing it apart from the way I'm showing you. And it's not 100% tested on what it actually does to the operating system long term. And I really don't know what sort of effect it's going to have when you do an update, or whether it's going to come back, because I haven't been testing it long enough. But this is also on a virtual machine. So what we're doing here now is I'm going to go through and done Microsoft Edge. I'm going to do Edge, and there is some stuff in here, as you can see, with Edge. So there's two terms, Microsoft Edge and Edge, and there's still quite a lot of stuff there. So I'm just quickly emptying the recycle bin here, and that's because we're on a Windows pre-installed environment. And I'm going to do another search here, and you can see there's just tons of folders and files that are related to Microsoft Edge. I mean, there's a big list of them here with Edge_bits, and these are in a temp area inside app data. So I'm pretty sure that Edge is going to be using these files for doing certain things, and they're probably, a lot of these were empty when I looked before, so I'm just going to remove them and get them removed off of this system. I'm going to right click here and delete these, and they should be done. So let's go ahead and click yes here. And some of them might be a case where you can't delete them in this case, so that's okay. Now there's still some stuff here I can see that is related to Edge HTML DLL, and these are in the System 32 area here, and there's some here to do with Edge AI. I could have probably deleted those, and I'm just going to trial this out for a second. I'm just going to remove these ones here, and there's a few more down the bottom here which I'm going to remove. Now I can see some Edge Manager.dll there which are related to IE, and I'm not sure I'm going to remove those. I need to look into that a bit more. So I'm going to leave those ones on the system, and I can also see Edge ISO there. There's a few others on here. So I don't want to go too mad, but I'm pretty much got most of the stuff I can see here. So let me quickly empty the recycle bin, and we'll go back into the search program, and I'll quickly do a search for Microsoft Edge, and you'll see there's only 2 files there which are to do with policies, and I'm going to leave those on the system. They are in System 32 here. So I'll do a quick search. Now there is some stuff here under the Edge that I want to take a look at. There is some Microsoft Teams stuff here which has got Edge on it, and I don't want to remove those because they're to do with Microsoft Teams, and I'm concentrating on Edge itself. So you could feed through these a little bit more and remove some more of these. And there's some IE stuff on here as well, which I know is deeply embedded in Windows, and I'm really sort of a bit dubious about removing some of this stuff. But most of this stuff is Edge DLL files here, as you can see, and I'll delete those just to see whether there's any issues. But you could go through and delete some of these if you wanted to. But I'm going to pretty much call this one done. And this is where I left it with these few on here. So I think we'll just leave these ones, and we'll go ahead and we'll reboot the system. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead. Now I should have probably got rid of the AI stuff there, which is to do with Edge, but I'm going to leave that for now. And we'll reboot the system and go back to Windows to see whether the system boots okay and whether we have any issues. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be okay because it is Edge related, which I have removed. So let me go ahead and restart the system. Let me empty this recycle bin out, and we'll restart the system. Now, I know this video has been quite a long video, but if you want to remove Edge properly, this is the method you're going to have to do to completely remove it. Now, remember, guys, I'm in a virtual machine here as well, but you can see Edge is now completely removed from the computer, and we're still doing okay, booted up okay. And again, let me go ahead and do a quick search up the top here, and I'll do a search on the PC now for Edge. And you can see there is some stuff here which is to do with Edge AI, which I could have probably removed. And there's not much else left in here. And I'm pretty sure I could have removed a lot of this or all of it if it's nothing to do with any other program. It's just to do with Edge. I could have probably removed it. Now, I'm pretty sure that's going to cut down a lot of system resources for Edge because it's all been completely removed. And again, if you want to try to install Edge again, let's go ahead and try to do that to see if we get any sort of errors or any problems during the download and installation process of Edge. Because normally when you're being quite aggressive at removing stuff like that, it can cause an issue when you go to install it again. And I want to make sure that this works okay before I release the video. So let's go ahead and download Microsoft Edge, and we'll go ahead and download and install it. And we'll let this come down and install. And once that's done, we'll see whether it opens and operates okay without any problems. And so far, so good. It looks pretty good that we've managed to remove it, because I know a lot of people have been pestering me about updating my video on removing Microsoft Edge. Well, some of them have said, can you just do an uninstall Microsoft Edge video? But I just don't think that's enough nowadays. Edge is becoming so heavily system resource hungry that everyone wants it gone off the system. And at the moment, there is no YouTube videos on YouTube showing you how to completely remove this off the system. And again, if this video has been some sort of help, then obviously share it with other people so they get a chance to see it, because this is the only way of actually removing it completely from the operating system. And you could probably use this method in Windows 10 and Windows 11 as well. And you can see the browser is now fully functional and working perfectly fine, and it's installed perfectly fine, which means all that stuff we deleted was pretty much good to go. So let's go ahead and do a quick search for Edge again, and you can see, lo and behold, up it comes. There's tons of stuff back installed on the system, and that's just doing a search for Edge. If I did a search for Microsoft Edge, you'll probably see a ton of files on there as well. And again, that is now showing you how to completely remove Microsoft Edge and reinstall Microsoft Edge without a problem. There's been no issues on here, but remember, this is a highly risky process, so be very careful what you're doing. Make sure you back up your data, create restore points, and you do this at your own risk, guys, okay? Anyway, my name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. It's been a long video, but I just want to say a quick shout out to all my YouTube members who join my YouTube members group. I really do appreciate the support. I shall catch you on the next video. Have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you real soon. Bye for now.